So, I'm going to be showing you all something a little bit interesting that's been going on YouTube recently. And I will be showing it to you in guest mode so that my own suggestions, watch history, and whatnot does not affect the results. So, I'm sure some of you may have seen the interesting trend of these Family Guy full episode videos on YouTube that are usually either an hour or 2 hours long, most often 2 hours. But there's something a little bit bizarre about it that doesn't really initially meet the eye. Because I, along with a lot of people, have taken full advantage of the fact that apparently full episodes are everywhere on YouTube. I mean, before you could mostly only find Family Guy clips. I guess you could find some full episodes of some shows, but again, mostly clips. So, as you can see, we got Family Guy Season 8, Episode 10, full episode, Family Guy 2003, full no cuts. And you'll notice that basically some variation of this is the title for all of these. And there's something a little bit interesting about these, because if you look at the channel, these are all posted on.
Este episódio é contraindicado em caso de aversão a spoilers. Tem 3 tipos de pessoas vendo esse vídeo agora e você é um deles com certeza. Você pode estar aqui porque gosta muito de La Casa de Papel, mas mesmo assim concorda que tem algumas coisas sem sentido e tá...
Yeah, that doesn't look like much of a Family Guy channel, does this? This more looks like a Portuguese-speaking movies and TV show review channel with a guy with his little Funko Pops in the background and everything. He's kind of your stereotypical soy, sort of. I don't know. I don't want to go too far into the buzzword ecosystem, but you know all the funny stereotypes and memes and all that sort of crap. But if you take a look at his videos here, you'll notice that 6 months ago, it was all these normal sort of videos about, what looks like various TV series. I mean, this one's about Walking Dead, for example. You got Tony Stark. But then if you look at 2 days ago, all of a sudden, boom, all it is Family Guy episodes. And I want you all to notice something particular about the thumbnails that they choose to use for these episodes. Something that's interesting is they seem to, most of the time, feature, for whatever reason, the most, violent parts of the show. You have here Peter chopping Lois's head off. You have, Lois getting taken away here. Brian getting zapped. Peter getting hit by a fridge. Brian getting hit by a rifle butt here. Explosions, some very bizarre moment. I guess, I think that was when Peter was taking his skin off, shedding his skin. Quagmire one. I mean, so, Stewie's butt. Oh, look at that. Peter in the nuts, breaking her leg. It's all very kind of bizarro sort of thumbnails. So, let's take a look at some of the other channels and see if this is a trend. So this is one I've encountered already before. It has 1.24 million subscribers. This is not a small channel by any means. And again, all Family Guy. But look at these thumbnails. You get these red eyes. That's a reoccurring theme. These red and green glowing eyes in these thumbnails. That's a reoccurring theme. And of course, I don't recall any moment in the series where any of them had glowing red or green eyes. So obviously you would have had to actually color those in. So taking the effort to color those in. So in other words, some of these aren't actually just screenshots just taken from various moments of Family Guy, which you'd think they would be considering they're making so many of these videos in such a short amount of time. Because look at how many videos there are. These are all within the last, okay, it's been about 3 weeks they've been uploading Family Guy, and look at how many there are. So this is a channel I've already looked into, and it's wild already that this was a channel to begin with. Well, what it was posting was actually a little more nuts than what's going on now. Because if you look at these, and I'm not going to open any of them, what these all are essentially just videos where it's just a scroll down of some WhatsApp DMs with some girls, and all in Portuguese. So it's basically a channel devoted to leaked DMs. So it's kind of gnarly to begin with. But if you notice something, both of these channels are in Portuguese, and one thing I want you all to notice and make note of is almost all these channels. Take a look at this. Lives todos os dias. Yeah. So almost all of these channels are foreign language channels. They are not English speaking channels that are being sort of taken over by this Family Guy. Family Guy virus, or so to speak. So again, case of this one, see how many have been uploaded in the last few days, and take a look at some of these thumbnails. You see this. You see that. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Wait, that's just downright just disturbing. Going with Stewie about to shoot himself. Or looking like he's about to shoot himself. Yeah, so that severed head. You see this really weird trend in the thumbnails. I guess I don't really need to point it out anymore. You guys get the idea, but just make sure to make note of that as you're seeing these. Sheesh. So, yeah, just 4 months ago, it was this.
You want fast internet? You want gig speeds from Cox? A gig is 320 somethings on one network. One mine's crypto to the moon and back.
Qual será a sensação que ela sente se olhar no espelho e ver que é
isso?
abusada?
It was a lot of gaming highlights. I want to say this is Counter-Strike, but it might not be. I don't really play Counter-Strike, so I could be wrong. You guys are probably laughing at me. But yeah, 6 days ago they started uploading Family Guy. So what's going on here? What's happening? These channels are apparently getting and so let's look in the comments. Does anyone seem to really notice? Let's see. Oh, so these are all actually 4 months ago. So let's see if on any of the recent Family Guy anybody's seemingly noticed. So a couple of other YouTubers have looked into this, and one thing they notice over and over again is that these YouTubers, if they have other social media presence, if they have other channels, they're not actually mentioning anything about the fact that their channel is now Family Guy. They're not even acknowledging it. They're not. So I don't know, and people aren't really sure whether these people are simply selling their channels or they're getting hacked. It's not especially clear. So let's try to find a couple more episodes. Let's add the word season. See if we can find any other channels. Race with Baka. So yeah, see, look at this. Red eyes, green eyes, violent sort of thumbnails. Anyway, this was an Indonesian racing YouTube channel. Some of these actually got a fair amount of views. If you can see this, 335,000, 215,000. It's nothing to scoff at in some of these cases. So what's going on? Channel Naya. I think that means channel.
Balik lagi di channel Resweek
The
Baka.
channel is for sale?
Kali ini saya akan mereview Honda PCX tahun
There's some acknowledgement. So
2022
he's like these
warna Glorious Black Matte. Sepeda motor ini saya rekomendasikan untuk teman-teman
good bro. Yeah, Jid's channel is hacked. Okay, so these comments in Bahasa Indonesia here are they're acknowledging that this account has been hacked. So a couple other YouTubers have gone over this, as I mentioned, and one of the things they've noted, and this doesn't show up anymore in the videos, but for a while there, you could actually see a link in the description, and it would have a link to a Telegram account, and it would say DM for business. And so what kind of business that was, obviously it's not clear. But, you know, YouTube's taking these down quite frequently. But, you know, more and more of them continue to be uploaded. See, Prank HD, here is another channel. And this one appears to have been in Vietnamese. Yeah, Vietnamese prank channel. Okay, so they stopped uploading 4 years. So there's a 4-year gap. So you notice it's not consistent how long they haven't been using the account. But typically there's been at least a bit of a break between the time period in which they stopped uploading frequently and when the video gets, or when the channel ends up becoming all Family Guy. So this one even has no views. No views on the Tim Bon Shin. Oh, not available. Okay. It's already been taken down. This one is sort of like that's the colors of the Ukrainian flag, so I'm thinking it might be Ukrainian. So this was like a horror channel beforehand. I ordered some of the toughest, darkest monsters. 6 months. Fortunately, sort by newest first. See what these guys are saying. Guys, he sold the channel. He won't return on YouTube. So we have more clues. Let's see what this guy's saying. Kita, what have you give the what have you give the channel? It's just some strange video appeared there. So these people are really acknowledging what the hell is going on. Which is something, oddly enough, you don't see in most of these. You can't... Momo? That's some kind of slang. That's in Russian, so I guess these guys are probably Russian. And that blue and yellow wasn't really intended to be the Ukrainian flag necessarily. Hard to say, though. I love you. You're the best in the world. Yeah, so... folks, this seems to be a combination of people selling their channel, people getting their channels hacked, and it ends up all as Family Guy. The question then is, what's the motivation? These videos don't seem to be monetized, the Family Guy, right? No ad. So they're not really making any money from it. And they get taken down pretty frequently. I just don't understand what the motivation is. It's perplexing. And so this one I encountered a little earlier in my research as well. And wow, look at this: 8 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, almost every hour on like what looks like to be possibly on the hour every hour. Meaning it's probably automated. But it's a shame because these guys these guys had herping content somewhere in Southeast Asia, and they were finding huge snakes. Huge snakes. I have a feeling some of the videos are staged, but nonetheless, they're really cool videos. So it's really a shame that these channels that previously had pretty good content are being replaced and covered up by Family Guy. So I don't know. My research on this subject will continue. If any of you have any leads as to what's going on here, or have any other clues, or know anything, any piece of the puzzle that I'm missing here, let me know, because it's really something that's been quite strange, and I've been intending to make a video on it for quite some time. And every little while, the main accounts that are uploading it, that I at least see suggested to me, and at least are showing up on the top of the search results, change quite frequently. Meaning that there are more accounts that are consistently being taken over, replaced with Family Guy. It's a shame. It's creepy. Honestly, it creeps me out. Like, the thumbnails creep me the heck out, and so I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't.